Hello there and welcome to another episode of X4 with the Star Wars Interworlds mod 0.73 installed. I am currently stood in an X-Wing, it would appear. Kind of picking up where we left off. Quick rundown. We've got the 20 rep now to be able to see the Mandalorians and see about some proper ships. To flesh out this Parker fleet, and then we can see about attacking the Hutts. It has come at a slight cost, though. We are now basically we've annoyed the rebellion, and we've annoyed the Imperial Ascendancy, and I think we've also annoyed the Galactic Empire, although that might have gone up a little bit. So we are very quickly making we're okay with the Galactic Empire, so we are kind of making enemies a little bit. Well, that doesn't matter because we're going to go into this promotion ceremony. Hopefully we can get there before we lose our reputation. If not, we can get some Mandalorian ships, Crusaders and stuff like that. What I would like is start at the top, so get the big boys, work us way down. This episode's probably going to be a little bit of fleet building, but I think we are going to make a little bit of an attack on the Hutts. I believe we might start pushing down, depending how quickly we can build this fleet up. We might make a push down. I've decided, because there was an update on the Discord, on the X4 Discord, we're not going to be too bothered about losing friends, because this series will probably be coming to an end relatively soon. Because the last announcement on the Discord was the new update is pretty much ready. It's been going through some testing and bits and bats, but it needs some what he's waiting for is the next update of X4. So it's currently on 7.0, and 7.1 of X4 is coming out soon, so that's what they're kind of waiting for. So, because they basically said, which I completely agree with, that if there's going to be anything in the new update that potentially breaks the game, they rather wait and fix the new mod so it's going to work with it, rather than wait, release it break, and you have to download another update, because it is usually like a little bit tricky with kind of like mods, and it's not like a big company that can do it through Steam and stuff like that. It's a bit of a faff for people to do. So I appreciate it and I agree with it. So here we are, receiving our rank with the posh voice, which will then deteriorate into the not so posh voice, which is good for a giggle, sort of words that. But yeah, apart from that, we're on. This guy's getting posher. Yeah, we're en route to getting a decent fleet put together to potentially take out some nice new. We're actually going to take that Mandalorian police license, I think. I think they're only 100 grand. But yeah, we're en route to making a nice fleet, which is lovely when this autosave decides to autosave. Come on, game. Doesn't usually take this long. Yay, there we go. We're now an Aloran. Aloran. I'm pressing E because I've been playing Skyrim like a fool. I would like the police license. I would also like this license, but we're not going to spend 10 million because we need our money for some new ships. Yeah, back.
Good luck out there.
Cheers, mate. Don't know what that was all about. I got stuck in the menu. But yeah, so everything is looking fine and dandy. Everything is calming down on my end of things as well, which is fantastic because we like a calmer life. All the dogs are back from the vets and are now recovering at home. One's had his gallbladder removed, the other one has got polyfoot-itis. I went to see... Oh, we need some dreadnoughts in the fleet. Ooh, they're only 17 million as well. We could buy a couple. That's good. Dreadnoughts are a good ship. Right, so let's have a quick look at that before we carry on waffling. So I do want a Kandosii. I don't want to pay 64 million, though. Definitely don't want to spend 87 million. Let's compare it, though. So we got 1.8 million hull, 2.6 million shields. We can shave a little bit off this, but not much. Recharge rate is good. Output. Burst weapon range. Oh, you have forward... Ooh. Super heavy... Oh, you have a lot of missiles. You're a missile boat as well as a turret boat as well. Let's have a look. So we've got heavy turbo lasers, heavy turbo lasers, heavy turbo lasers. We've got X-15s, which are a good gun. We've got...
Hello.
Hello. So a lot of X-15s. She's slow. Yeah, she's pretty damn slow. She's got a lot of container space. Capacity of 50 internal ships in total and 12 launch docks. So Kandosii is something that I would really like. Then there's the Kandosii, which if we were to go on that, 82 million. 82 million. Oh, so the Kandosii actually has bigger things, but they're a little bit out of our reach at the minute. How much? Whew. We've never seen a Kandosii on this channel, and I've never piloted one. So let's just pause it a minute, just in case I lose reputation. Before we can think about putting an order in. I'm happy with the high preset weapons. We're happy with the high preset shields. I'm gonna go with the all-rounder Mark 1s because I don't see the point in spending so much on the others. I don't think it makes enough of a difference. We've got some fancy shields. We got all the concussion weapons in the world. Right. Let's think about this. We'll go with the docking computer Mark 1 because realistically, when it comes to... I don't enjoy docking big ships. I hate it, in point of fact. This looks like an awkward shape, so it looks like it'll be an awkward thing to dock. So we're just going to put normal docking computer on, save ourselves like 20 odd thousand. There, long range scanners, all these I feel are necessary. Wow, that's a lot of missiles. At 12,000 a pop as well, that's going to cost a lot. So let's cut it down to around about 150. Which does take out quite a bit, but it also lowers it by quite a bit. Cargo drones, we're going to need a couple, and I do like to have the repair drones where we can. I do like to have 4 cargo drones, 5 cargo drones. Just for the simple fact that it's very useful. It is missing a load of components, so it is going to take a long time to build this, if we can even afford it. Crew-wise, I'm going to go with no Marines and just all service crew. So we've got a preset for a Kandosii. Let's save that. Kandosii. It's the PRI, isn't it? PRI. We'll have it all in capitals. So we're shouting it, essentially. Right. So that's a lot of money. We can't afford that just yet. Maybe. Let's have a look how much we can actually get. So we have got to be careful not to lose his standing, because that could be potentially bad. Right, accept that. Accept that. Accept that. Accept that. Accept that. And that. And that. I mean, Hoth Pharmaceuticals, I'm sorry, you're getting all your money taken away from you again. We have a habit of doing that. That will bring us up even further. That gives us 50 million. And that gives us 60 million. So we can confirm that. We got 63 million. So we're not that far. We just need 20 million more. Which, to be fair, isn't actually all that much. Where is my X-Wing hiding? It was in one of the middle bays, wasn't it? The thing I'm worried about is basically losing reputation with the Mandalorians. Seems so it has taken me an absolute dog's age to be able to get that ship. To get to this point where we can actually buy the ships. Ooh, Stathis are a big medium ship. For sure. For sure. Especially to say we're trading with the New Republic as well. I mean, a smart man would probably take whatever ship is trading with the New Republic off. And we're miles away from our ship. We're miles away. It's not even located in this area. Couple of more. We might be able to get a little bit more money in the traders' corner, because we have been. One of the things I've been doing is basically sat outside getting the little drones. How many of those? We can craft a fine meal. That's a little bit extra. I mean, space bombs. We could craft a bunch of space bombs. We can craft a bunch of these. These are all items that could potentially sell. That leaves us okay, I suppose.
Can I help?
I don't know. Hopefully you can help. Right. We can sell. Wait, basically, we're going to have a clean out. We're not going to sell the alien eggs, because alien eggs are one of those things that are the best to keep hold of. We're going to sell the damaged hyperdrive cores. Interface unit, which is basically massive clear out. Empty the vaults, so to speak, in order to try and get a bit close to our ship. Bomb launchers, we've only got one of each. Basic seminars. I mean, we don't need 7 basic, so we can keep, get rid of some of those, keep those. They don't seem to want our EMPs and stuff like that, but we are going to get nearly another million. We are making money quite quick as well, which is nice.
Good luck.
Now, it would probably be a safe bet to essentially do some missions for the Mandalorians, just to keep that reputation up, because as you can see, we're not getting as many trade notifications. And we're getting more trade notifications for the New Republic. That'll be our little U-wing, I bet. So we'll check that out in a second.
X-Wing XJ3.
X-Wing XJ3. Thank you. Right, so first things first. We need to maintain our relationship with the Mandalorians. You are a absolute nuisance. Do you know what? I should have bought some of those pilot seminars. Because the skill on it is just so low, it basically just is constantly the bane of my existence. We can trade with you, and we can go a little bit there. Let's pause it a second. We'll do a bunch of trading. We all know this trick, the little reputation farming trick. This basically gets us money, and it also gets us reputation points as well, because our main goal is to essentially keep our reputation high with those little Mandalorian friends of ours. So we're going to do this for a couple of the others. And while we're doing this, we can have a little waffle. What can we have a little waffle about? I went to the cinema today. First time I've been to the cinema in a little while. Well, I say in a little while. The last time I went was to see Mad Max Furiosa, which was extremely entertaining. I do love a good Mad Max film. Which is funny you should say that, because it kind of ties in, and I'll not put any spoilers, but it does kind of tie in with our film today, which was Deadpool and Wolverine. And my God, I haven't laughed so much in a very, very, very long time at the old Mandalorian and Deadpool film. It was fantastic. Just that kind of like, it had a lot of what I'd call subtle humour, like little subtle lines and quips and stuff like that, which if you know what's been going on with kind of like making some of the Marvel films, getting the rights from I'm laughing thinking about it, getting some of the rights from different companies who owned rights to sort of like certain other Marvel films, because before Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel was tied to Disney, they did, in the kind of like the early 2000s, they did make quite a few films. You had the Daredevil, a couple of different Punisher films. I mean, the very first Punisher film, if I remember rightly, was all the way in maybe the 80s. Maybe the 80s. I don't remember exactly, but I seem to remember there was definitely a Punisher film with Dolph Lundgren. I can't remember much about it because it's been absolutely donkey's years since I've actually seen that film. Because as you know how it goes. Some films are fantastic, and other films you just kind of like, it's all right. And I wasn't that interested in it, to say the least. But yeah, that was a good film. The Deadpool, that is the Punisher one. It's that good. I don't remember much about it, so it's probably not very good. But yeah, so there's been a lot of rights conflicts over the years with various different companies. I think Sony owns some of the rights for some of the Marvel stuff, as well as various other companies. So there was a lot of little references to that, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I'm not going to name any characters or anything like that because I don't want to put any spoilers in. But it is a lot of fun, and it's just such a fun, cool film that. In a lot of ways, I was slightly surprised that Disney actually has allowed it to go through, because it pokes a hell of a lot of kind of like fun at the really stupid production decisions companies make in the film industry in the name of, you know, money and all that other stuff, rather than it being creative arts. There's a very much simpler, easier way to do this. What I'm doing right now, because like I said, we're just farming the old reputation points. We're just trying to keep those Mandalorians happy. It doesn't have to go above 20 would be nice, because that gives us some leeway, but below 20 is a bad day for everyone. So there we go. Look at that. Boop. Done. That'll cover us for the minute. We are going to do some awful mining missions. Because why not? Why not set that one to active, because that's closer. Let's undock, unpause, and let's do some Star Wars in while we save up some money for our Kandosii. Do a couple of these missions, and then we'll have a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break, and I'll stick it in setter for a little minute. So we've got the money. So we're going to go with the Kandosii as our main battleship, I think. And then the rest of them will get a squad of dreadnoughts, crusaders, and then pack them with some fighters. The Mandalorians do sell Y-wings. I believe the Y-wings aren't... With the like... A player-controlled Y-wing can be fantastic. AI-controlled Y-wing isn't. I forget how quick these little small fighters stop. An AI-controlled Mandalorian Y-wing can sometimes be a little bit questionable, but that's fine. We'll deal with it all as it comes. Old bread and butter. Who are we actually... Oh, why is the Mandalorian Death Watch mined... Or is it because they've accidentally let loose some mines? I forget how fantastic the rate of fire is with these X-Wings. Right, that's that one done. Next mission, please. Mine removal exit. Set to active. Oh, it's back at the station. Someone mined the station. So yeah, it's been a good old day. With the whole going to see a good film and stuff like that. And like I said, there's that many little laughs and stuff like that with it. There was a point in the cinema, and it wasn't even that much. I can't even remember what the line was, but there was a itsy bitsy tiny little one-liner, and that were it. I was gone, and then it just, you know, when you've seen something, it makes you laugh so much that any other little bit just kind of like triggers you. That were it. I was gone. I was in Laffy face McGee land. They really had it in for this station, didn't they? Let's put some boost on it. So yeah, apart from that, not much else to say. I'm finally nearly at the end of Acolyte, because like at the minute, because I'm not working, there's certain TV series I can binge through. So like I've been binging through Star Trek Universe, and that's been fantastic. We love Star Trek Universe. Well, I like it. Obviously, not many people liked it, or not as many people liked it, because Stargate Universe got cancelled after a couple of seasons. which I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped kind of watching. I didn't bother watching it because so my mate, he was who I used to live with, Gesbo. He used to make YouTube videos as well. We used to make YouTube videos together. We did a whole Star Trek Online's playthrough, and it was hilariously terrible. So if you want something with even less production quality to this, then check that one out. But yeah, he's responsible for a lot of the sci-fi series that I have come to love and cherish over the years, such as Battlestar Galactica, the remake, and kind of getting back into Stargate, because he was a massive Stargate fan. So yeah, what's this message we have? Message. Oh, we've already done that. That's fine. Cool. Yeah, so I've been watching Stargate Universe, but with the Acolyte, because the missus has started getting more into Star Wars stuff with the new Disney stuff. She likes the new Disney stuff. She really likes it. I watch it with her, and obviously when you're a growed up, sometimes life finds a way to cause chaos, which Dr. Malcolm would probably say something like that, because he knows what he's on about. But yeah, we don't always get a chance to watch the programs at the same time, because I'll be doing something, she'll be doing something, and Acolyte is one of those, unfortunately. But it is, I am on the penultimate episode, or I've watched the penultimate episode, so I've got one more episode to go, and I've got to say I'm quite enjoying it. It's okay. It's possibly not my favouriteest Star Wars thing. I'll definitely rewatch it at some point, but I'm liking the kind of like how the Jedi are being portrayed in that. Because I suppose what? Oh, I got a promotion with the Moncals. Great, good, fantastic. We'll not be doing that anytime soon. But yeah, so Acolyte, that's been pretty good. I quite like that. I'm liking how the Jedi are essentially, because I get the feeling it's like High Republic era. I've not really checked. I've just been watching it. And High Republic era was obviously the Jedi were mega in charge. We're in Seta. This is why it's breaking up a tiny bit. We keep missing these bloody drones. Drones are a good way to keep your reputation up as well, and get paid as well, because we've got a police license. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. The Jedi essentially got fat lazy, and they're too into politics as well. Like that green lady, who I forget the name of the species, but she's too worried about the Jedi's, how the Jedi are perceived, which is fantastic. It's good. Anyway, right, I am going to now sit in Seta and wait and basically farm some fat profits, because we make money like nobody's business. Look at that. 89k, 96k, 28k, 7k, 91k, 25k, 57, and this station's a bit crap. Hoth Pharmaceuticals, he's already up to, let's pause it a minute because we've got another message. He's already up to that. I'm sorry, Hoth, but you're going to lose that amount of money. And you're going to lose that amount of money. And that's Tatooine Station. It got off to a bit of a rough start on that one. I thought it was going to start costing us money, but it's balanced itself out, and it is now making me money. That's another 7 million. So that shouldn't take too long. What is this message? Oh, it's that one. That's fine. Right, cool. So, as I said, I'm going to hang around here. And we're going to sit in Seta, and we're just basically going to make money. And that is good. And then when we've got enough money for the Kandosii, I'll see about getting the Kandosii. We've got lights as well, because if we go like that and we destroy that, that will get us a tiny bit of reputation, and it should pay us, is it 1,000? Like, we'll get a thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No? Sometimes it takes a little bit of a minute. You've got to like process the paperwork, you know, dot the T's, cross the I's, that kind of thing, and then we should be all right. We're getting reputation for a trade. Oh no, it's just not going to pay us this time. That's a bit cheeky. We're actually getting positive reputation with the New Republic as well, which is fine. Right, it'll do what it does when it does. But yeah, I think we should get 1,000 credits for that. Oh, these are quite old. These are just catching up. It's going through quite a lot. Right, so like I keep saying, I will see you very shortly. All right, so I've just quickly checked how much this bad boy is going to cost us, and it's now 77 million, and we've got 79 million, which means we can add this to our shopping basket. Ta-da! And we can confirm this order, and we've still got 2 million left, which is great because that gives us a start to basically start building more fighters. Now, it is going to take a good chunk of time. 34 minutes once it has the components. Now, what usually happens, this should balance itself out. It should recognise that there is a order for some new things, some new parts, and basically get itself going. We're probably going to pilot the Kandosii to start off with, even though it looks like it's a bit of a whale to fight with. I got no problem with that. We're actually -5 reputation now with the New Republic, which is brilliant. All the way down this way. So through Lantilles into my favourite place, which is Oita. The Valerian Syndicate should leave us alone because we are friendly-ish with them. We're +10. But then we're going to go into Kashyyyk, and we're going to start hitting Randon with our new fleet, and hopefully all will go well and we won't lose our brand new Kandosii, because that'll be bad. But it is going to be a substantial fleet. So generally speaking, the Mandalorians, not the Mandalorians, the Hutts have a lot of, I mean, we just saw some there, Crusaders, what's this? Interceptors, Nebulons, some and decent heavy fighters, but overall they're pretty crap. So we're gonna go anti-large, I think. Use the, in fact, we can set one up. Use the what do you call them? Dreadnoughts as our anti-fighter, because I've got a feeling that we're going to have, like, if we look at the Dreadnought there and we put it on a like the Bounty Hunter Dread should be pretty good. What if we put it on a high preset? That's 17 million. So what did I do differently on that for it to be cheaper? Let's have a look. Let's get this set up. We'll just pause it a second. So we've got the big Corellian shields. Oh, they're actually... Oh, because they're just on engines, aren't they? So that is quite a significant drop in shield capability for recharge rate. Mark 1, that's not too bad. I'm happy with that. Shield generators, yeah, we got the Mandal motors ones, which Mandal motor shields are really good. Weapon wise, we got turbo lasers and then quad lasers, duels. So these are a bit more of a brawl, like a bit more of an anti-ship brawler, but we can flesh it out. I'm happy with all that. I'm happy with all that. We're not going to bother with cargo. In fact, 4, 5, and 11 of those flares. It's going to need flares, isn't it? Why not? And then let us save this as the Let's turn caps lock. Okay. Pirate Dread. There we go. So then we've got this is our kind of screening / punching ship. I don't like them, but we'll chuck some Praetorians in as well. We got 5 cargoes. We've got 4 on that. Why not? Repair drones, 25 of those. Crew. I don't care about Marines. I just want service crew to keep it nice and tidy and running. Software, Mark 1, long range scanners and stuff like that are fine. Mass driver weapons. We like mass driver weapons. So we'll have mass driver weapons. That's all okay. That's perfect. We've got the Mandal motor shields as well. Give it a bit of durability. We don't need Mark. In fact, you can have Mark 1. Save a bit of money where we can. We'll save that as the PIR Praetorian. Save. Such a gawpy looking ship. I mean, stat wise, it's not brilliant, but we'll chuck a couple in just because. I mean, they're only 7 million. So we've got fleet plan. We got the Kandosii, which will be our big boy. I'd like to get a Kaldabia as well, but the fact is we're not going to be able to afford that anytime soon. Then large ship wise, we'll get a few dreadnoughts, a couple of Praetorians, and then the rest of it will be built up with medium ships, and we'll probably have a couple of Crusaders. I mean, how much is a Crusader? 6 million. So we'll probably have, I don't know, 4 Crusaders. We'll get a couple of gauntlets. Gauntlet is such a nice ship. And then we'll get a couple of Lancers as well. Just because they're good. And then we'll fill it with Y-wings, maybe. Yeah, we'll get a bunch of Y-wings because these are the semi-heavy armoured ones with a decent weapon output. I think their turrets are. Yeah, we'll keep ions, and then we'll probably. I'm thinking probably fangs, just because. Why not? I like fangs. It'll be good to have a big fleet of fangs. So that'll be cool. So that's the plan. So we're going to get the Kandosii built now. And we'll be back in a minute. And hopefully, well, even if we don't get this all built in this episode, then we'll at least have. I'll get it all done by next episode, because now we've spent the large pennies. Getting the rest of the fleet should be fairly easy, I reckon. So yeah, I will see you very shortly. All right, so we're in the last minute of our Kandosii being built. Oh, there she goes. Look. A beautiful little Kandosii, and here we are. We'll take the obligatory external view of her. Look at that. This is such a brutal looking ship. Oh, we had a name for it as well, didn't it? Was it something like the Durasteel and Guns or something daft like that? I think that was maybe Pritchard recommended that one. There she goes, leaving dock. We'll do a little bit of a flyby and get an idea of her. So she looks pretty brutal. She looks pretty.
Danger.
Oh, we're in danger zones. I don't know why. Probably because we're about to fly into danger. Oh, it's actually got a custom serial number as well. So you will notice in the menu of your fleets and your ships and stuff like that, your ships do have serial numbers, and it's usually 3 letters followed by 3 numbers. And that's usually meant to show on the side of the ship, but that's not always the case. Most of the time, especially under some of the older models, it just shows as AAAAA. What are you doing? You stupid big bulky ship. Don't say we've got a broken one, lads. We've got a broken one. But yeah, this is Kandosii. Not much to actually look at on the outside. Like, it's basically just a big old bulk fighter, a bulk baby. So we'll have a look and dock with it. I don't know. I have no idea what it's doing or where we're meant to be docking. All right, cool. So it has like a weird rear launching dock, which is good. Oh, I like this. This is very Battlestar. Except for obviously this is on the underside. I do like it though. This is cool. Can we actually get up and about and stuff like that though? So this is a fairly recent ship to the X4 roster. I can't remember. Maybe not the last update. Maybe was it this update? Hello. Crewman. Okay, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? I'm assuming we'll have some sort of a way to the bridge. Maybe. It's very cool. Or is there no way to the bridge? Is there something down here? Should be in the other docking bay. I would imagine there's some... That's a scary sight, isn't it? I would imagine there's some... Oh, we can... Kandosii. Oh, so we've got a standard X4 bridge. Which is fine. Let's just find ourselves on the map. Right, so, a couple of things we need to do. We need to get our Lancer needs to... So, our fleet... Let's just check out some of the tech specs on this. Information. So, we've got 62 potential ships to dock. We are going to tell the entirety of Fleet 10. That is now assigned to this Kandosii, you are going to be my interception squadron. Your Alpha interception squadron. We'll get that transferred over. So that X-wing, because my plan is probably fill this with X-wings, and what we'll do is we'll look at some of the tech specs on it. We can just compare ships, can't we? Extra large K for Kandosii, classed as a dreadnought. So we've got 12 docks in total and then 50 internal storage. So we can really fill this with quite a few ships. And that is what I'm going to plan on doing. We're going to have some X-Wings. We're going to have some... Wow, look at that. It's got underslung bridge, which is interesting. Yeah, we're going to have X-Wings and we're going to have... maybe Y-Wings in this. We're going to have this as kind of like our incom representation fleet in this one. Oh, you're busy. So it's still undocking. That's fine. But yeah, we've got Kandosii. We'll give her a minute to do whatever she's doing. We need more money. We've got 10 million in the bank. So let's accept that. We'll accept that. I mean, we had a little bit of a head start because we had Lux, the big old station, kind of like to kick us off. But we did have to do a little bit of work to actually get this profitable. But this series hasn't ran for for an X4 series. This is not ran for a particularly long time. We have been stripped of his rank with the Empire. Which is unfortunate. But I don't really care. Because we've got Kandosii now. Oh, this is fantastic. The Lancer is going to be assigned to Parker's fleet. Which... Let's put you as a... We'll put it on as defense at the minute on beta defense. So we need to start fleshing this fleet out. We have got 70 million, so we could potentially buy our first dreadnought. In fact, we can buy a dreadnought, so we'll confirm that order. Those dreadnoughts are going to go into Parker's fleet. We might end up with some sort of... because we could probably do with... So you can store 10 ships, which is good. They're like baby carriers, basically. Yeah, so the bulk of the fleet, we're going to be basically command carrier. We'll go across to our incom station, which should be there. And we'll see about buying some ships from these guys. So small ships. We've got some XJs. Have we got 5 XJs in total? What else do you sell? You don't really sell anything bombery wise. How much is a T-70? Was the Rebel Trader ones any good? That's from our Rebel Trader series. Yeah, they were okay. We'll stick with the Rebel Trader T-70. I think that makes sense. Yeah, because they're all servicey crew. And they're going to be... yeah. We'll get 2 of those. We'll start... I'll try and do it evenly. What I'm waiting for is... this person... Have you finished your orders yet? There we go. Look at that. Right, so external view look. We'll do a mini review, a mini ship review. Seems so we've got such the perfect setting. So this is our Kandosii. We've got basically guns all down the sides, which means this should be a pretty good broadsiding ship, and then we've got the super mega large bombardment guns on the top and down the side as well. I love Mandalorian ship design. I think it's one of the most sensiblest ship designs in the Star Wars universe in the way of warships, because they just make sense. I think there are missile launchers down at the bottom, which is great. We've got a bunch of missile launchers, and we're down here somewhere in the little cockpit, I think. Yeah, isn't she beautiful? Beautiful. So we're well on our way now to getting the fleet done. Is there anything we can actually do? Shall we go? We'll actually, because we need to take it for a test flight, and then I think I might call it an episode. I don't know. But we definitely need to take a test flight. Now we know from the specifications, she's a big bird and she's a slow bird. She's 93 meters per second? Yeah, 92, 93 meters per second. I don't think I'm going to mess around with upgrading this ship, to be honest. We're mainly just going to use it as is. I don't know how much ship-to-ship combat it's going to see, but it'll definitely be seeing some ship-to-ship combat. It's surprisingly maneuverable. Like, it's not, for a large ship. Like, this is pretty good. We're rolling at the minute, as you can sort of see. It's probably easier to just all those missiles. Pew 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 pew. She's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. She goes to light. She will go to travel speed or light speed, I suppose it is. I would imagine it's a okay amount. I don't. Is this like an equivalent to a Star Destroyer? Do we reckon? I'm not 100% sure. So I just want to basically test it out. So, wow, it's actually quite a responsive ship for its size. Oh God, a little bit too responsive, maybe. We got it into a bit of a list there. We're going to put it on autopilot. I want to see how it does autopilot wise, because certain ships in this game work really well in autopilots. Some ships, such as the Luca hull, work terribly for the big ones. I mean, no ship is perfect in autopilot in this game, in my honest opinion, but we'll see. I've got a feeling, because it's quite a narrow profile, she should be quite good. I mean, one problem with this profile is anything attacking us from side on, they have got a big old target to hit. But she seems good. Obviously, the true test is going to be actual firepower. Another good test is will it just fly through the gate? That's always, for me anyway, that's always no, it won't. A good indication. Let's just have a look on Encyclopedia at some of these MOH-88s, because these are big boy guns. These aren't kind of like your. So these are quad. No, they're not. Which is the Star Destroyer one? I mean, that's a station battery gun, which is 2.8 against shield, 4.7. We've got a couple of these, which is 8 8,000, 10,000. Right, okay. So this ship is going to be pretty brutal, to be honest. We haven't seen the Star Destroyer, so I can't make a direct comparison to that. We are being battered around something chronic. God.
Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
Right. Try again, shall we? Maybe it's not looking great for the Kandosii straight away. I just want to have a look at the range as well while we have this menu open. So range wise 18k. So this is a good siege ship. This should be able to do considerable damage to a station, which is what I'm happy with. We're going to take it on a little jaunt. We're just going to use the autopilot to Moncal space because we need to accrue a little bit more money now to basically build up the rest of the fleet. Right, I've learnt I don't need to go to the Mon Calamari system because we're gonna be have to fly back, and if it turns into a bit of a torturous journey, we can. That's no discredit to the ship. It's just the game and the everything like that. It's just sometimes like that, isn't it? Right. So shift G, shift A. Your orders are out on that one. That's good. So realistically, we're not going to be able to attack the hut in this episode, but I'll stick with it for another kind of like 20-25 minutes, and then I'll build up some of the rest of the fleet. We'll build up some of the Parker fleet, and we'll get 5 of these T-70s. I think we're going to get the Mandalorian Y-wings. They can go on our Kandosii as well. And I'll focus a little bit. What we'll do, we'll get the Dreadnought. We can have a look at the Dreadnought, and then we'll get the other one, the Praetorian, and then we can have a look at the Praetorian. And maybe we'll do a side-by-side comparison as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. Well, I'm going to wait. So obviously, for people that might be watching, that might be kind of like, and this is something Matt was on about on his on some of his videos about, you know, being able to skip bits if you're finding bits boring and stuff, which I agree with sentiment completely. However, one of the reasons I tend to cut a lot of the gubbins out is simply down to the fact that I'm literally doing nothing. I think I've said it in the past. I'm just sat there. A lot of the time, I'm only paying half attention to the screen as well. So yeah, we'll put them on docked. Get them docked up. So I'll be back in a little moment when we've got some more money in the bank account, and I can order a Praetorian because they're about between 5 and 8 million, I think. So that should be fine. Right, welcome back. So I built a few ships. We're going to do a quick comparison. So we are on the bridge of the Dreadnought. So as we can see, pretty bare bones standard X4 large cockpit. She's a pretty good looking ship. I do like the Dreadnoughts. Now in this game there are 2 types of Dreadnoughts you can get. You can get the standard chassis, which is available from most factions, I believe. The Mandalorians, the Rebels, the New Republic all have a form of Dreadnought. Decently armoured, pretty well gunned. Guns are in a good position as well. The Mandalorian ones usually, or they feel like the Mandalorian ones are usually the toughest. They're the hardest to take on. Their guns hit the hardest, which is like a lot of Mandalorian ships. I think the New Republic ones are usually a bit more anti-fightery. It does have capacity to dock ships, which is this little bottom bay here. And if you're very lucky whilst exploring, sometimes you might come across one of the Katana fleet, which I can't remember if there's 12 of them randomly scattered around the map. We haven't come across any of the Katana fleet recently. It is a random chance. I don't know if the AI factions take them, if they come across them as well. So that's the Dreadnought. Probably going to be a core ship within our fleet, because they are pretty damn good. We're going to do a comparison on the encyclopedia in a minute. Then we have the Praetorian. Now, I don't particularly like the looks of this ship, and I am very much the type of person that does buy a ship based on its looks. So this is the first time I'm seeing one of these. We've got a cool little ramp, which is cool. We've got a bit of an interior on here, so it's very similar to one of the other ships. It might be the TH-130, or is it the THX? So it's pretty utilitarian style cargo-y bridge. Not a massive amount to it, but it is pretty damn cool. And then this has got a custom bridge. 3 seats, and we choose to stand like that good old captain we should be. I do quite like the interior of it. Looks better on the inside than it does on the outside. Right, take command of the ship.
Awaiting orders.
And let us have a look at this little beastie ship. I don't know
Cargo drone.
why we are deploying cargo drones, but it appears we are deploying cargo drones. Not up to the best start, I'm afraid, Praetorian, doing weird things. But this is it. Again, typical of Mandalorian design in a lot of ways of gun placement and stuff like that. It is the same weight category as the Dreadnought, but it is a lot cheaper. It's pretty much half the price. So we're going to be interested to look at that. One of the main things that seem to be going for this ship is those 2 little turrets on the side, and I say little in air quotes there. They are pretty damn beastie. They're mass driver turrets. Mass drivers are usually pretty good in this game. We'll do a comparison in a minute. So there are 2 core Mandalorian. There you go. Why send all those drones for that? Anyway, yeah, that's going to. These potentially going to be form the core of our strength behind our Kandosii, unless we end up somehow getting another 90-odd million credits, and then we'll be getting a Kildarbie as well. So that's that. Then we'll look at the Crusader, because I think in a lot of playthroughs I've seen the Crusader kind of gets a bit overlooked. I think. It's got its own custom bridge. There's not much to this bridge. It's very much a kind of like as if we've come in the lift up from wherever we get on, and then we're in this quite sparse, quite barren. What do you call it? Hello. Cockpit. That's the word we're looking for. The cockpit. It's an earlier. This has been in the game since I started playing, so it's quite an early one. Let's have a look at the Crusader. The Crusader, I think, is a fantastic looking ship. I don't like this off-center angle, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And again, it's like a pocket, you know, Mandalorian ship in the way of excellent arcs of fire on it, very brutal looking, fantastic aesthetics on it. It's just a very good looking ship, and the landing gear and stuff like that is all on the bottom. I believe you enter through this little hatch here, but I can't remember exactly. But I do like the Crusader. It's not fan. It's a tough look. From what I remember, it's a tough little ship, but it's not brilliant. But the last time I used a Crusader properly was when I did my own, like before I started recording X4, I did my own custom start, and it was before I actually understood most of how the game worked and stuff like that. So performance wise, it was probably, its lack of performance was down to more me going like, well, I'm in a cool Mandalorian ship, I can fight everybody, and then, you know, getting nuked as you do. But I do like them, and they're quite cheap for what they are. It's a medium class ship, so it's pretty good. And then last but not least of ships that we've just bought, I've got one of each to kind of show us what we're working towards for this fleet. Instead of talking about it, I figured we'd have some visual aids for us visual learners. This is the Gauntlet, or it's got a specific Mandalorian class name. The Gauntlet is the one Bo-Katan Kryze uses in the Mandalorian and Rebels series. She was basically sister of the ruler of Mandalore. We've got his own custom bridge. So these are, from what I remember in the lore, they're more of a dropship, a troop dropship. You see them in the Mandalorian series, like it's not this confined. It's a bit more open, and they have rows of seats, and then the floor drops out like a Bombay door, and Mandalorians on the jetpacks can drop out, which is pretty cool. We've got the big wings. These wings articulate up and down like they do in the TV series, and this has got I really like this interior. If you're wanting to play as a bounty hunter or a Mandalorian, this is definitely the ship to go with him for, as what I'd recommend as a good medium ship, probably your first decent ship. It's got excellent missile capabilities. It's tough, and it's got plenty of firepower on it as well. The main downside I always found with this is that turret on the back is pretty useless. It doesn't seem to do much. I mean, that might have changed because there's been a couple of updates since I've played this, but like when we did the Bounty Hunter series, I think one of the comments I made is this. I used this as a starter ship, and the problem of starting out in this ship was that it was very hard to upgrade to something else for bounty hunting, because it's just fantastic. It's like a little daggery sword, death weapon. They can be a bit susceptible to getting swarmed. They're not the fastest or the most maneuverable. One or two fighters you usually can take out pretty easily, because it's got medium concussion missiles, I believe, equipable, which pretty much one-shot X-Wings and stuff like that. So it's a pretty solid ship. So we're just going to have a quick look at the large ships, and then we'll look at some medium ships, and then we're going to call it an episode, just so we can get an idea of what this ship's going to be like. Dreadnought, and I want the BH Dread. No, the Pirate Dread, because we changed it slightly. Confirm. And then I want to add a ship. I want to add the large, and I want to add the Praetorian, and we'll give it a little comparison. So these are our Dreadnoughts and our Praetorians. Dreadnought is hands down winner as regards to kind of heavy hitting, you know, can tank, take the damage. Recharge rate isn't, its one of the downsides of the Dreadnought is its engines and, excuse me, lack of fire on those engines. On the back end, it's very easy to cripple them in a fighter. It's near impossible to destroy them in a single fighter, but you can take them out of action pretty easy. But still, group shielding, you know, you've got a baby tank there. Output is really good damage output, especially on this Mandalorian variant against the Praetorian. Where it lacks is its speed. Obviously, the Praetorian's pretty much got it hands down, nailed on that one. Storage, unless you're raiding, these figures aren't really anything to compare. And then we've got as docking capabilities. Praetorian can take what, 3-4 fighters. The Dreadnought can act as a mini carrier. So if you're after something like a starter warship or starter carrier, a Dreadnought could be quite good. Or building up fleets with these, because they're not that expensive. They're easy to get, and they're a pretty good ship. Obviously, you've got to be careful of getting into things too big. We've seen it before up against a Star Destroyer, Keldarby, anything like that, the brown bread. But against anything else, they're pretty damn good. So we're going to have a look at our medium ships and do a quick comparison against those. So we've got stats and statistics. These would be quite interesting to see how these change as well. We used the Bounty Hunter preset on that one. With the update as well, I might have a look back at this for my own personal preference. These are going to be in our fleet. We've got as 3 medium fighters. Crusader, it being a corvette, is definitely the most tankiest. There's no burst weapons on that. That's the weapons you control, your forward-facing ones. Lancer has got the edge on the, or our version of the Lancer anyway, has got definitely got the update and the edge on output against the Gauntlet and the Crusader. Lancers are a nasty ship in this game. Gauntlet is the quickest, not by a massive amount, but by a decent amount. Travel speed as well. This is what makes this ship a really good bounty hunting ship. It gets to where it needs to be quick. This might have upgraded thrusters on it, which will account for the manoeuvrability stuff. But the Crusader Corvette is the kind of like the tanker, the medium ship in this classing that we're doing. You know, it's almost like a borderline large ship, if you get what I mean. It's got that presence about it, and its manoeuvrability and stuff like that. So yeah, they're going to be our kind of like big boy ships. We've got a bunch of X-Wings that we've ordered as well. I'm going for 6 of the XJs and then 6 T-70s. That'll make our group of 12, and then we'll see about balancing the rest with maybe bombers, some Y-Wings and stuff like that. So yeah, but apart from that, let's teleport back to the big boy. That is kind of like where we're going to leave it for this episode, because I essentially just need to get on now and start building up the fleet so we can start making our move. This fleet could be better, and we might add some more bits to it. The Scourge's fleet, so this is Battlefleet Scourge, it's Privateer Fleet Scourge. He's got a good fleet. It's fairly strong. Well, we've seen it in action. We know what this fleet can do. It's a capable fleet. It just might need a couple of extra fighters support just to cover it. But it's a decent balance for a tiny fleet. Parker fleet is kind of getting there. We just need to build that up. In fact, we will do that now. So we'll put the gauntlets and the lancers can go together, and we'll put the Crusader on a defensive kind of medium ship role, and that'll cover them. So that keeps me happy, makes me happy. We've got a decent looking fleet there, or the bones for it, and then the rest of it we'll just flash out with fangs. We'll do what we usually do as regards to attacking, which is what I kind of recommend for bigger fleet battles. Whatever ship you're in, have it separate from the fleet, and have the rest of them like as a separate fleet. You take the role of command fleet, essentially. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. Next episode, we should have a fleet. Like I said, if I can manage to get enough time to get the money to get the bigger ships, the big boy ships, we'll get a Kandosii in here as well. Don't hold your breath on that one. But other than that, I have been Captain Jack Gumption. This has been X4 with the Star Wars Interworlds 0.73 mod installed. And until next time.